Let's talk about this 50th anniversary Sergeant Pepper remix, remaster, whatever you want to call it. And I want to tell you how I feel about the remaster. Now, I have two different opinions about it because um, I've mostly been listening to it via streaming, and then I've also been listening to it, obviously, on the vinyl here. Now, I did not get, not yet anyway, but I did not get the box set. It's a lot of money. And yeah, so I opted for the vinyl for now and listening to it on my, like on my phone and whatever. So yeah, I actually really enjoy the remix they did here. Um, the best way to describe it for anyone who hasn't heard it, excuse me, which would be kind of weird if you haven't heard it because there's a lot of ways to listen to it. But the best way to kind of describe it would be that they turned the mono mix and made it stereo. A lot of the things they changed when they made the stereo mix back in 1967, like getting rid of the weird effect on John's voice in Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, um, the play speed of She's Leaving Home, they slowed it down on the stereo mix. Uh, the Sergeant Pepper reprise is always sounded a bit more hollow in stereo. It's always had more of a rocky twang to it in mono, and that's to me they sound really different stereo and mono. And those are just some of the noticeable differences they made between the mixes. This version that Giles Martin did for the anniversary here brings back a lot of those differences from the mono mix. So we have a stereo version of the correct speed of She's Leaving Home. Uh, John's voice, though it's not as the effect isn't as prominent on this version, does have the effect that's on the mono version of the album. And yeah, there's also a lot of things that I've never heard before on either the mono and stereo version of this album that I've noticed for the first time listening to this remix. And from what I understand, Giles didn't add anything to these remixes, so they were always there. We just couldn't hear them unless he's lied to us. I don't know how he would lie to us, but yeah, they were always there. We just couldn't hear them. Now for the mixes themselves are great. I like them all pretty much, especially the ones that stand out the most to me are She's Leaving Home. Getting Better sounds fantastic. Uh, Good Morning sounds amazing. I don't know what they did, but it just has so much punch to it. And Lovely Rita sounds pretty amazing too. I know there's some people who are kind of a bit mixed on the remix, but I like it overall. The one issue I do have with it though is with the non-vinyl version, which let me show you here, which I've been listening to. So I'll just bring this over. I've been listening to on like Apple Music. Yeah, which includes the whole album and a lot of the outtakes. Not all of the outtakes, but a good amount of them. More than what's on the record here. Let me see if I can zoom that. Yeah. So anyone who hasn't seen what's on the streaming version, that this is it right here. Um, from what I can hear, the the mix is really loud, especially compared to this version here. And I don't know if Giles really had anything to do with it in terms of how loud it is. It could have been some audio engineer who just did it because that's how albums are made these days. Because people tend to play their music on like their phone or their laptop, their tablet, whatever. So a lot of time audio engineers need to compensate for that by just making things louder. So when things get louder, things kind of get compressed and kind of crushed together, and that's the one thing I've noticed with the digital version of the album. But I don't think that's Giles' fault. I think that would have been kind of beyond his control. Now, if you really want to hear this album, probably the way he intended it to sound, you got to get the vinyl version here, which sounds with the the remix is great, but the actual sound quality of the record, the vinyl record here is amazing. So if you really want to experience the album as I think he intended it to sound, you need to pick this up. It costs about $40. I think I got it for like $38 shipped on Amazon. Came to my house the day it came out, and yeah, that's it's a good deal. It's 2 records, so I don't know if there are a lot of people showing off the box set. Not a lot of people showing off the record here. So let's have a look at this. So it's a 180 gram vinyl. So this is the first disc, which is just the album, and we got a couple other goodies in here. The psychedelic sleeve, just as it was. Then we got some liner notes here. This is a new forward by Paul McCartney from this past March 2017. I don't know if you want to pause that and read it. I don't know if this is in the other versions because I don't have like the CDs or anything like that. But there's that. And then, this is the sticker that came on the plastic there. So that's cool. Here are the liner notes. It comes on this big card. Again, if you want to pause and read it, by all means. And there's the back with the key to everyone that's on the album cover, which has been included in a lot of versions of this album. So, yeah. Now it comes with some other stuff, of course. So here's the second record. Now this has some of the alternate takes. What essentially they did with this record was they recreated the album using all outtakes. So it's the whole album, but just one version of every song. So if you want to look at what's on here, that's side 3. And here is side 4. So yeah. I haven't listened to this yet, actually. I've been listening to the remixes on the digital version, but I'll listen to this soon. I really just wanted to talk about the actual album itself, which is what everyone's talking about. Here's another sleeve, another psychedelic sleeve, which is cool. They gave you 2. I don't think they had to do that, but they did. And here are the cutouts, which comes on a cardboard bit here, so cool. Yeah, I mean, they had to include this if they're going to do this properly. By the way, I'm sorry about my voice. My allergies are just 10 out of 10 today. I can't really speak that well. So there's a couple edits in this. It's because I was coughing or sneezing and I had to cut it up or whatever. Anyway, there's the back. Pretty faithful reproduction here, facsimile of the original Parlophone. And it still says right here, a splendid time is guaranteed for all. And there's nothing on here that would make it indicate that it's a 2017 release. Like, it still says 1967 right here. Focus, you son of a bitch. Yeah, see, 1967. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool package, and I do want to get the box set, like I said before. I will get it at some point. There's a spine. It says that it's the 2LP special edition, whatever. But yeah, I do want to get the box set. I don't know if I'll make a video on it because I'm sure by the time I get it, there'll be dozens of videos online. about the box set, so it wouldn't really be necessary unless you people wanted specifically my opinion on the box set. Anyway, thanks for watching. This went out a little longer than I thought, but yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.